Hi, everyone. This is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. So today is August 1st, 2022, and I wanted to make a video now that I'm back here in Colorado. As some of you know, I was in Mongolia, Italy, Greece, and Spain over the last 2 weeks. A variety of different things, some business developments, some internal strategy workshops, and then some external vendors that we had a chance to meet up with all while running around. We've also had to deal with Vasil. So where are we at? What's going on? So originally we planned to have the hard fork with 1.35, and that's what was shipped to the testnet. The testnet was hard forked under it. And then a lot of testing, both internal and community, were underway. A collection of bugs were found, three separate bugs that resulted in three new versions of the software. And now we have 135.3, which looks like it is going to be the version that will survive the hard fork and upgrade to Vasil. There's a big retrospective that will be done, but the long short is that the ECDSA primitives, and amongst a few other things, are not quite where they need to be. And so that feature has to be put aside. But all of the remaining features, SIP 31s, 32, 33, SIP 40, and other such things are pretty good. So those are in advanced stages of testing, and then a lot of downstream components have to be tested, like DB Sync and the serialization library and these other things. And that's currently underway, and a lot of testing is underway. As I mentioned before, this is the most complicated upgrade to Cardano in its history because it includes both changes to the programming language, Plutus, as well as changes to the consensus protocol and a litany of other things. And it was a very loaded release. It had a lot in it. And as a result, it's one that everybody had a vested interest in thoroughly testing. And the problem is that every time something is discovered, you have to fix it, but then you have to verify the fix and go back through the entire testing pipeline. So you get to a situation where you're feature complete, but then you have to test. And when you test, you may discover something, and then you have to repair that, and then you have to go back through the entire testing pipeline. So this is what causes release delays. So originally the net was no earlier than late June. And we were able to fork the test net. And once we had that, people were deploying and building, and a lot of things worked very well. Like the new Plutus features, for example, many apps have already upgraded and tested that, and we gained an enormous amount of insight and knowledge from that. Other things that were new bugs discovered, and that's anticipated and expected. But in the process of fixing those, you have to then deploy a new node version, which is 135.3. So it looks like we're getting to the bottom of the barrel in that respect, and it shouldn't be too much longer now before that gets cut and an alternative hard fork date can be selected. I was really hoping to get it out in July, but you can't do it when you have a bug, especially one that is involved with consensus or serialization or related to a particular issue with transaction. You just have to clear it, and that's just the way it goes. All things considered, though, things are moving in the right direction steadily and systematically, and I just wanted to give you guys an update that it's well in hand. This is the nature of these types of upgrades. They're like rocket launches. You do an enormous amount of effort, and at the end of the day, you're on the pad, and you have to make a go or no go decision. And then factors, in the case of rockets, could be as simple as the weather. But if a sensor fails, you have to pull the mission and take a look. Well, similarly, if you have an issue in certain parts of your system, whether it be a transaction or an issue with consensus or an issue with your programming language, you have to pull it and go back and redo all the tests, because the consequences of a bug, even a minor one, if it's in the right place, could be the production of a fork, soft or hard, and that could cause catastrophic harm to the system. So these are definitely high assurance systems, and they're frustrating at times, and it's hard to delay here or delay there. But the good news is that the set of things that could go wrong have gotten so small, and now we're kind of in the final stages of testing in that respect. So unless anything new is discovered I don't anticipate that we'll have any further delays, and it's just merely just getting people upgraded. Now, in terms of upgrades, exchanges have to upgrade, and the stake pool operators have to upgrade. So that's important, and a whole program will be pushed out, as it has been with Shelley and Mary and Alonzo and the prior things, and people know what to do. This one was just a little harder than expected because of the serialization issues and a few other issues that were discovered. And some of the things caught people by surprise because they occurred very late in the production pipeline, which caused actually extra delays because we had to use an alternative QA path and deployment path. Whereas if they were discovered during traditional Q&A, it would have only caused a slight delay. But it is what it is. But I wanted to give you guys an update as soon as I got back to the office. Everybody's working real hard on that side of the house, and they're trying to get it all done. And hopefully we should have some positive news soon as we get deeper into August. And the other side of it is that no issues have been discovered with pipelining. No issues have been discovered with SIP 31, 32, 33, or 40 throughout this entire process, which is very positive news as well. And given that they've been repeatedly tested internally and externally by developers, QA firms, and our engineers, that means there's a pretty good probability that those features are bulletproof and tight. So just some edge cases to resolve, and hopefully we'll be able to come with a mid-month update with more news. So happy August, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.